Okay, so I'm making this video because I have been on OnlyFans for about maybe a little over a year now, maybe like a year and a couple months. So basically this video is gonna be about like things that you should know about OnlyFans that nobody really tells you about. First things first, OnlyFans is something that is very time consuming to keep at the top of your list. As far as like other priorities in your life, it's definitely gonna have to be up there. Something that people have never told me was that you have to be very, very, very consistent with it, because if not, you'll start to fall behind with your followers, your likes, your tips, making money overall. I didn't know how consuming of my time it was until later on when I was doing it. And there would be points in time where I wouldn't be active for a certain amount of time, and I realized that I had lost a lot of followers from that, or people were very upset. The fact that I was not, keeping my word on being consistent. So another thing, as well, is being able to maintain a happy crowd. So with having a happy crowd, it does involve you potentially, doing customs, basically whatever the customer wants, if you're willing to do that. Some things I'm not comfortable with, so I'll try to negotiate and be like, oh, I'll do this, instead, if that's okay. Because the big thing about OnlyFans is you need to be able to reel in your crowd and keep them around. Switch up your content. Don't be posting the same stuff all the time. Like I said, this falls under the category of consistency. A lot of people are gonna want to see that you have some good content available for them to be wanting to buy it all the time, or basically when they subscribe, they're gonna want to be seeing different stuff switched up because they're gonna be paying for that every month. So I just recommend that you switch up your content. Don't be boring like me sometimes, where I just post pretty much the same thing and people still buy it. Definitely don't do that. Yeah, so be consistent. Don't be dry about it. Entertain the crowd. Give them what they want to see. Especially if you put yourself in their shoes, say you're buying off of somebody. You're gonna want to see different things all the time. You're gonna want to have special requests, you have to please the people to get your money, to get that bag. Make sure to keep up with your messages, because there was a point in time where I let all of my fans, I got very dry with them. I had over 200 messages, and now I make it I incorporate it in my daily life, where I open my laptop at some point during the day and respond to all of my fans, and want to keep a good communication with them, so in that way they will continue to buy your content and or tip you. So I recommend doing pay-per-view, just because I feel like I personally make more money, because not a lot of people want to pay $15 a month all the time. If you want to make people subscribe and pay for it every month, go for it. But when I tried doing that, I ended up losing a lot of followers from that. A lot of people would rather pay per view. Some of my prices are $15 for a bundle of posts. So some people would rather do that than to be paying $15 a month with unlimited access, which really makes no sense. But ultimately, depending on your followers, you would make more money doing the per month. But for me, the fastest way to make OnlyFans money is do pay-per-view, because I don't have to wait for that payroll to go through every month. And then the pay-per-view, the minimum withdrawal is $20, so I can literally get money within the next 2 to 3 days. So I always make sure I schedule that ahead. How long it's going to take for it to process in my bank, that's another thing too. It doesn't go through right away. It takes about maybe 1 to 2 days for me. It just depends on when I request that payout from OnlyFans. It is something that you do have to claim taxes on, varying on how much you make that year. Word of advice, all that money that you rack in, yeah, it's nice, but I definitely recommend investing it or saving it. I didn't do that. I just went and did whatever with it and always, you know, like blew my money, which isn't really smart at all. But if that's something you want to do, that's on you. I'm trying to save money. So now I have like a whole bank account specifically for my OnlyFans. So then that way all of that money goes directly into that bank account. And that's practically like my savings to an extent. So all of that money goes directly into that account. And then when I'm working, all of my money goes to my other account. So that way I know which is which. So my OnlyFans is practically my savings / emergency funds or whatever I want to do with it. And then my actual job money is my spending money. So that, yeah, all I recommend is just be consistent. Make sure, I cannot stress this enough, like make sure that you stay on top of it.